Hey everyone, this is Derek here, and I know I haven't put out a drop or loot location video for a little while, so I figured why not bring one of those to you today. Water treatment is a location that I've dropped at a number of times, and one that I've been meaning to do a video on for a while now, so I figured let's cover that. So water treatment is pretty centrally located on Miramar, and it's just a great drop location because there's some pretty decent loot there. However, there definitely is a strategy to looting it as quickly and efficiently as possible because good loot isn't found everywhere. It's mainly found in the 4 water treatment tank things that go below ground. So I'll show you those. I'll show you roughly the route that I recommend running. Obviously, this isn't perfect. I could have improved. And I'm going to show you the entirety of water treatment, looting the place. So I'll show you the best spots first. Those are the 4 tanks. You can see they're arranged kind of in like a zigzaggy pattern there. And we're going to land in the first one or land on the first one. That's where we'll start. And that's because these tanks are where it's most likely you'll find level 3 equipment or good equipment. There's a compensator and a first aid kit right away, a vest level 2, a backpack level 2, some pretty good equipment from this first one. We've got a shotgun, so we have a weapon at least. And let's see what else we've got. So now what we'll do is we'll climb out of this, and you want to make sure that you also check these bridges that go over the tanks because occasionally good stuff spawns here too. You can see an extended magazine there. I did pass up on that, but I think we'll find an extended quick draw in just a little bit. We've got another shotgun now, and now we're onto the second tank. So this is what I recommend looting second. You can see there's a red dot sight. We'll definitely grab that. We only have shotguns at this point, but don't worry. There will be some good stuff coming up soon, I'm sure. So I've gotten full. There's an M4, so that's a great find right away. That looks like a car. Yeah, there's a Car 98. So all of a sudden, we have some pretty decent weapons. We have an M4 and a Car 98 out of the same thing. There's a flash hider for the car. That's not bad. Obviously, it doesn't do much to reduce the recoil because it's bolt action, but as far as hiding that flash, not a bad thing when you're sniping from a long distance. Now I recommend running along here and kind of just peeking in these tanks because it takes a while to get into these things and move around in there. But I saw that tactical stock for the M4, so I figured why not grab that. So next thing, like I said, so loot those first 2, and then I recommend just peeking in these tanks, seeing if there's anything like an 8 times or 4 times that really stands out as something you want to grab. So here we go, is another M4. I noticed that. I want to get it for the ammo. I'll go ahead and switch the weapons out. Now I've got 120 rounds total of 5.56. That's pretty good. And what I'm doing now is I'm just looking. There is a vertical foregrip. I saw that, so I figured why not grab that. I see a holographic. I'm picking it up because of that mission. And I also wanted some more 7.62 for the Car 98, even though I'm not going to be using it a ton. Just messing up there a little bit, having trouble jumping up there. There's a boost item, and that leads us to the 3rd tank you want to loot. That's this tank on the far, northwest corner of water treatment. So once again, I'm looking along the top. There's a 2x scope. That's good for the Car 98. There's a level 2 helmet. There's a good find. There's a frag grenade we landed on. Hopefully it doesn't go off. There's another first aid kit, another frag grenade. There's that extended quick draw for the AR, so that's a great find, and it kind of negates the fact that I missed the extended really early on. I should have still grabbed it though, because having an extended magazine for an ARs are so good in this game that you're going to find one at some point here. So looks like we've got a AK there, but there's some more ammo, so maybe I'll go ahead and grab that for the Car 98. Now I have plenty. And this is the 4th tank. So this is the last tank that looks like this. And this is where, like I said, you're most likely to find really good stuff. So there's a compensator, but it's not going to be useful on a Car 98. There's an M16. I think we'll swap there and then swap back to the M4 because we already have the stock, the compensator, and the vertical foregrip. So that's like a super laser shooting machine. Almost missed the suppressor for the sniper, but I saw it. And this game, I picked it up. So I know I've missed these in the past because they can blend in, but got it this time. So we've got an M4, we've got a Car 98. We could use some more 5.56, but 7.62 we're good on. We have a 2x scope. Almost always you can find it 4 times or an 8 times here. I don't know what happened there, but at least this time so far, a 2 times is the best we can do. So now that we've looted all those locations, I recommend going up here and checking the tops of these tanks. Occasionally there's good stuff up here, but I wouldn't recommend starting here because there's generally not enough good equipment. There's a bot, I think, or somebody who's coming in, looks like a bot. So I wouldn't recommend starting here because if other people land in water treatment too and they land in one of those tanks and get a great weapon right away, you're kind of out of luck, because otherwise if you land up here, you're not always guaranteed to find a weapon. So even though you have the high ground, if you can't find a weapon early on, you're kind of a dead man. So this is the pipe that you can't jump over. I'm having a tough time jumping over it, so what I'm going to do instead is go up here and then hop over it like that. So yep, just something to keep in mind. You can actually crouch behind those pipes. There's a Mini 14. Normally I would just pick that up instead of the Car 98, but I wanted to showcase that, hey look, a Car 98 is probably arguably the better find. It does take more skill to use than a Mini, but I wanted to show you that a M4 and a Car 98 are some awesome weapons that you can find in water treatment. There are some painkillers, another boost item. I have 2 first aid kits, a number of boost items, a number of grenades. I don't think I really need any more. Next, I recommend looting this building because there's some decent stuff here, but it's generally not like top tier stuff. So you can see there's a first aid kit. So there's some good stuff here, but again, I recommend starting out in those 4 tanks because that's where the level 3 equipment, if it's going to spawn, is much more likely to spawn. So these guys, you can see you can go from room to room, and there's a vector, there's a choke, bandages, level 1 vest, flash hider for the AR, but we already have a compensator. Decent stuff, just nothing earth-shattering. And when time is of the essence, obviously this is an alternate character that I'm playing in Bronze League on, so that's why there aren't any other people who landed here. But in a normal game, like if I was playing a Platinum game, I would bet that there's at least 1 or 2 other real people dropping here that you're going to have to deal with. So in that situation, you want to get the best loot as fast as possible. Don't need the cheat pad because, again, the Car 98 doesn't matter. It's a bolt action sniper. You much rather have that ammo bag for it, which I believe we do. But if I was grabbing the Mini, I would definitely use that and the, what was it, the compensator for the sniper that I didn't pick up earlier. Would have gone back for that. So now that we've looted those buildings, we're just working our way around the last of water treatment. Next, we're going to check out these tanks on the top because, again, occasionally good stuff there. There's a pan. Still needed a pan, so that's good. But, you know, just not consistently the best equipment. And when, you know, once you're up here, if other people drop in the bottom and get good weapons, you're kind of trapped up here. So that's why I recommend starting with those tanks, like I said before. So now we're on to the second of the 3 large water storage, I think, tanks there. And we're going to take a look around. There's a vertical foregrip crossbow. There's some more 7.62. Really don't need it, though, for the Car 98. I think we're on to our 3rd and final tank now. So we'll take a look over here, and that's almost it. But like I said, I want this video to be complete and showing you everything that water treatment has to offer. And part of that is showing you the stuff that just isn't that great. So there's an example of a top of a tank. If you drop there, you're dead because there's really nothing up there. You know, there's like a red dot, some bandages, just kind of junk. So that's why much more versatility if you land over here. So there's another person. Hit him once with the Car 98, and I will show you why I'm not good at it. There we go. We missed him again. So it's time to pull out the M4, I think, and finish this guy. So obviously it's another bot. And I'd expect a lot of bots in Bronze League, of course, but might as well take them out because otherwise they'll be annoying in the video. So there's a level 3 helmet though. So that's one of your, you know, brought to you by Bot Delivery Service, the best items in the game brought straight to you with a bot that doesn't really shoot back. So there's a first aid kit and an extended quick draw for an AR. Have one already, but if I didn't have one, just another reminder that killing bots is a good idea because occasionally they drop pretty decent loot. So next up, finally, or second to last place to look is look here. We already looked here earlier quickly, but there's a lot of stuff hidden in here, and I'm sure there's a 4 or an 8 times that I just missed. I don't think there's an 8 times, but I'm sure there had to be a scope, some type of scope in here because there almost always is, and there's so much loot in these places. It's just really difficult to loot it because you have to do a lot of like vaulting and jumping and you're super exposed. So once you're sure nobody else is with you, this is a great place to look, but until then I wouldn't recommend starting out there just because you're super open, and like I said, you can very easily just have trouble vaulting like I occasionally do, and you're just so open to attack. So the final place I would loot is this building at the top. Decent stuff, but not enough of it to really make it worthwhile. I just recommend doing this just for the sake of completeness if you have the time. You can see that I'm almost out of the blue zone, or the blue zone has almost caught up to me, so I'm gonna have to start moving soon. But what the heck, there's another bot, I think, and he's moving. Just missed the headshot there. That's embarrassing. Obviously it's with a 2x scope. I missed high again, and that's why I should just be using the M4, honestly. So anyways, there's another bot too. So a lot of bots spawned around here for it being a location that that almost could have been a headshot, but for it being a location that is out of the first circle, I'm surprised that so many bots spawned around me, but hey, whatever. So here is the building, and there's enough stuff here that if you have to land here, if you see a ton of other people going for those water storage tanks and you don't want to deal with that, you could drop here instead and loot up and then just like make your escape up the hill. But I still think it's better overall to drop where I recommend, just because, like I said, the loot is consistently better and there's more of it. So in this case, there was a scope and there were some decent weapons in this building, but again, you're kind of limited in what you do. So that is water treatment for you. I think we pretty much touched on everything. And what an interesting location, right? I think it's definitely worth checking out. If the circle is, or if the plane route is over this area, definitely consider dropping here, because there's some pretty decent equipment that you can often find. And like I said, I've left this location with full level 3 before, so definitely the best of the best can be found here. Not every game, as is apparent with this one. We would have left without those bots. We would have left with a M4 fully decked out, Kar 98 fully decked out, but level 2 armor. So, not the best, but still good gear and certainly ready for the mid game. So my name's Derek G. If this video helped you out, definitely give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. It really does help out the channel. And if you haven't subscribed already, definitely consider doing that now, because I'll be posting a ton more PUBG mobile content in the coming days. I hope to see you on the battlefield soon, or in my Discord, which I'll also leave a link to down below.